Good morning, and thank you for joining us, our CBS LA this morning. I am Sheba Turk, and we are doing a special edition of our Coffee with CBS LA this morning. I am in the Palisades. I am in the Eaton Fire zone, and Jamie's in the Palisades. We will be covering, of course, 1 year since these devastating fires. I'm at Lavender Honey Espresso Bar in Pasadena, which is just a couple of blocks from all of the destruction, and we're going to be speaking with survivors, organizations, and officials this morning that have been part of this rebuilding process. We're going to start with the Williams family, who lost several homes in this fire. And, you know, I've spoken with the owner here, Charlie Porter, and a little bit with the Williams family, who you'll hear from in just a second, about how it's been a year, which feels like a long time, except for people who have lost absolutely everything. So we're going to be following that from here in the Eaton Fire zone. And Jamie, I know you're over in Palisades following the progress there.
Yeah, Sheba, and it's been somewhat of an emotional morning so far. This is truly a community hub, and they open early. They open at 6:30 in the morning, and people have been flooding in. And I've already been hearing stories from contractors who say, you know what, we have hope, we're resilient, we're already building 6 new homes. But then I've heard from other contractors in the area who say that they've had to go through the sites when this first happened and try to find belongings of loved ones, and just how they can't believe it's been a year and how they're dealing with their emotions right now. This is also where a lot of school kids come. They stop and they get their coffee before going on their way to high school. And of course, that has changed for so many students as well. So already hearing stories of resiliency, but we're also going to be talking to a number of survivors here throughout the morning as well, and try to provide a little bit of hope as we move forward after this 1 year mark.
And our Coffee with CBS LA today is a very special edition because we are marking 1 year since the devastating Eaton and Palisades fire. I'm here in Lavender and Honey Espresso Bar. This is just a few blocks from where all the devastation happened. Of course, we want to focus on progress this morning, but I also want to remember how much people have lost in this past year. So we're going to start this morning talking with Dr. Ishel and Dr. Ellen Williams, sisters. Their family lost so much in this fire, and I know we spoke with you guys when you were just evacuating, still staying in hotels. Before we get to the progress, I don't want to skip over how much you guys have been through mentally, physically, what you've lost. So take us back to a year ago.
So as I reflected, even last night, not being able to sleep, we evacuated. It would be this morning last year at 3:30 was when we got the warning, and all of us just kind of jumped into like action mode. We caravanned out. There were 17 of us. Right, so I left my house, and each one of us caravanned right behind one another, not knowing where we were going, just trying to make sure that we were safe. So, you know, we did that successfully.
Absolutely. You did make it out safe, but you guys lost several homes in these fires.
Yes.
So a total of 4 homes and a rental. So all of us were displaced and just trying to figure it out through the night, you know, nowhere to go. There was no lodging. So we were just forced to kind of, I don't know, figure it out. Eventually we did, you know, with the help of agencies and things like that. So we're very grateful for them stepping in.
What has that process been like? You know, we've covered it through many different people who've had battles with insurance companies, people who had battles with the permitting process. Where are you guys in that process, and what has been the hardest part of it?
The hardest part is all of the above. It's just difficult altogether. There's so many layers that you don't know until you get involved in them, and we have 5 different scenarios, so we are battling each of those things. Funding, insurance, FEMA, anything, you know, all of it. We're just dealing with it the best way we can.
Where are you in that process?
So 2 of the homes are in the permitting process. Thankfully, we're almost finished with that. 3 of them are still, we don't know yet, so we're trying to figure it out.
And Dr. Shaw, I understand you were renting, so the situation I'm sure was even more complicated, and there were lots of questions, but you've purchased that land now, right?
I have. So as I was going through the process, right, evacuating, doing all of that, the only thing that I could think, because I was a renter, was find somewhere new to live. It wasn't a promise of coming back at all. And then about a month and a half after the fire, called the landlord, and they were going to sell. And we're working with neighborhood housing services, and I called and said they're getting ready to sell my dirt and rocks, because that was all that was left, right? Yeah. They're getting ready to sell dirt and rocks, and what I know in ash, right? What I know is God likes to play in dirt and rocks. And what I said is, you know, they asked me, is this what you want? And I said it absolutely is. We were in escrow the next day.
Wow, absolutely.
Thanks to
Yes.
Neighborhood Housing Services.
Yeah, so right now, the land is mine, but looking for funding and support and what does it look like to rebuild, because I don't have insurance and I didn't have insurance. So my road is a bit different than most people.
Yes.
But still very promising. Looking forward to it.
Oh, I could talk to you guys forever. I know that you've been through so much. We are going to move on now, but I thank you guys for sharing what you've been through. I know that has to be so difficult. And I think listening to them, stressing that loss is not over 1 year later. They do have each other, which is beautiful, but the journey to rebuilding and making progress still continues and still has a lot of hurdles, which we'll talk about a lot this morning. But right now I'm going to send it over to Jamie, who is in the Palisades.
I think, Sheba, we're going to hear so many of those stories this morning in both your fire zone and the Eaton Fire Zone and here in the Palisades. I want to get to Jim Craig, a 30-year Army veteran. You were named Palisades Citizen of the Year and LA City Veteran of the Year. I wanted to make sure I got those right because you jumped into action almost immediately in this community to try to get things moving forward.
I had the experience as a soldier deploying into austere environments around the world with special operations, and I retired from the Army, and 5 months later, my city burned down. I wish I didn't have to use that skill set, but I have it, and so let's motivate people, provide leadership, and move forward.
Jim, you and I have spoken before. You compared the Palisades to war zones you had seen as an Army veteran.
Yes, it's 30 years, war zones, but this is home. This is where my kid goes to school. My kid's school burned down right across the road here. The gym where I taught her how to play basketball was right there. This is a war zone that came home to me. I'm sorry.
Okay. I know there's a lot of emotion here this morning. I want to let people know, even where we're sitting right now at the Palisades Garden Cafe, World Kitchen had come and they were giving food to people, but the Palisades Garden Cafe came to you and said, we need to start selling food, and you jumped into action there as well.
We asked World Central Kitchen to buy their food from this restaurant because we knew they needed to be kept in business. And so it was actually kind of a beautiful thing. We were giving away their food for free in our disaster center 2 doors down.
And you have something coming up today that's very important for both the community, and you're trying to show the world what's going on here.
Yes. My roster has 10,460 families on it. My job is to connect with them, and on this day, the worst day, this is where we want to connect with them emotionally. We want to we continue to put our arms around them, give them this base of support, but today we're going to do a memorial. Today, this is an opportunity to show them a symbol of our country's love for them and a symbol of remembrance and honoring their loss. We have 12 families inside that will be remembering them and honoring them. And then we have heroes of the Palisades and that we'll be presenting flags to, because the American flag has actually kind of become a symbol here. We posted them around the entrances to the city so that before people would see their burned homes, they'd see the red, white, and blue and be reminded that there's a whole nation that cares for them and that is here for them. So today is a beautiful memorial where we have so much great support, but a lot of people can't even come back. We want them to be able to see from home that this strength is here for them when they are able to come back, because that's what our disaster center's been about, and that's what we're here for.
You have the mentality. There's more than 10,000 families who were impacted by this fire. You're not going to leave any of them behind.
I'm a soldier. Maybe we're a little unique in that, but we don't leave anyone on the battlefield. And when this disaster is over, it's not over for us. I need to know that every family we've either been able to help them financially or physically or emotionally, or just give them guidance to either come back, or if they're not coming back, we need to help them leave as whole as they can. Because that's my mission, that's our team's mission. It's a locally run mission.
What has you feeling like this is your mission, that this is inside you, that you need to get this done?
When you're a leader, you stand up. You see the opportunity, but if not me, who? And I've 30 years in the military, but that's just the way my family raised me, and that's the way I raised my daughter. My daughter will be here today handing out white roses to each of the families to place at their family members' memorial. And she's here to show people the resilience of the children. And this is a matter of leadership, showing people, I respect the people who are hurt, who are traumatized and need to talk about what happened in the past. But my mission is to show people that it's safe to come back. I just want to identify what happened, what went wrong. I want to show that it's been fixed, and I want to see that I can tell people it's safe to come back. But from that point, I'm forward. I'm proud that we have 300 buildings already going up here, which is faster than any other disaster I know about. I'm proud that the Army came in, and instead of 2 years, it took 6 months to clear this area. And we in the Palisades have the strength, we have the creative mindset, we have the innovative people here to move forward and lead. This, I think, can not only be just a shining example of us as Palisades, but for other disasters coming forward, we're actually creating a manual and sending it to other American Legion posts across the country so that this model, our lessons learned, can actually benefit others.
Well, this is such a resilient community. I know people are going to be going through grief still today through the memorial, but you are someone who is looking forward, has hope, and is trying to be a model for other places because these disasters will happen again and again.
Yes, and again, in the military, we understand grief. I've lost soldiers, and I've had to motivate our troops forward, and our forward mission is to get as many of our people supported, get them financial support, material support, get them psychological support. We have LA County Department of Mental Health providing free one-to-one service and group therapy service. A year later, this is a major demand. Financial demand is right there, but we have to remember people need to be able to psychologically move forward to engage this.
I think that's a really important piece and something we'll be talking about throughout the day. And marking 1 year is often something that people, can look at and then start to decide how they're going to move forward as well. So, Jim, thank you so much for being with us this morning and providing all of what you've done. And thank you for your service. You're just an incredible individual, and we thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you for shining a light on what's happening here in the Palisades.
We're happy to. All right, we now need to get back to Amanda Sorrentino in the newsroom for a look at today's headlines. Amanda?
Jamie, thank you. A very powerful story that he has.
I'm at the Palisades Garden Cafe this morning where you can see it is such a community hub. People have been showing up since 6:30 this morning. I'm currently joined with Casey Colvin and Tika and Oreo. If people don't remember, Casey, tell us the story of you with these two dogs.
So I had Brent Pascua, the firefighter, he's on Cal Fire. He broke down the door of our house and he ran in to save my dogs while the house is on fire. And Tika, he was able to pick up because, she's a good girl. And then Oreo is a little more rambunctious.
She's feisty, I'd say.
Yeah, she's feisty. She's pretty chill, though. Oreo was not going to go with the firefighter. So when the firefighter picked up Tika and he saw that and he ran out of the house and he ran into the fire. So he was in the fires for 5 days.
5 days. And what was it like to have him returned?
The greatest day of my life. That was the brightest spot to come out of these fires. From what I could tell from everybody in the neighborhood is Oreo is like the mascot for survival in the fires and hope. And it was so beautiful to be a part of that. It's a true miracle. I had 13 volunteers looking for my dogs. So without those volunteers, the animal rescue people, I don't think I would have ever seen my dog again.
And now you're not living in the Palisades. What's it like to be back here today?
It was really hard. I'm not going to lie. I almost didn't come but you all are so nice to me. Everybody in the media is so nice to me. So I couldn't not show up. But yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard. And I mentioned to you that if it was not for our GoFundMe, I think we would have been homeless. I mean, people are still on GoFundMe and they still need help. Like, this didn't stop. It's still going on. So
I think that's an important point because we're marking a year, and I think some people not directly impacted forget that this is still such a reality for you.
I was on GoFundMe yesterday checking out the other Palisades accounts because we're under help Casey and Oreo rebuild after the California fires. But if you go on GoFundMe and you go to all of the Palisades and Eaton Fire links, nobody's donated in like 10 months. And everybody's in the same position, like nobody has a place to go. I mean, I was able to take charity that I had gotten and get out of town with it, but I was lucky because we had the media covering us all the time. You know, there's other people that were on my street that I don't know what happened to them. A lot of them moved to the desert. I try to stay in touch with them, but it's hard. Everybody's scattered from what I can tell.
I think that's such an important point, and I thank you so much for being with us. I hope people do think about the other survivors. I'm so glad to see Tika and Oreo this morning.
It's the biggest miracle. It's the biggest miracle. And thank you, CAL FIRE. Brent and CAL FIRE, he knocked on the door to get my dogs. Those are heroes. And there's so many people that lost animals, they lost their lives, they lost their property. It's like everybody's still suffering, but this is the bright spot, and I'm so happy to be here today. So thank you so much for inviting us.
Well, and thank you for the reminder on all this. Casey, thank you for being with us. Tika and Oreo as well. Sheba, we now want to get over to you in the Eaton Fire Zone to see how things are going at Lavender and Honey.
I'm so glad to hear those pups are doing okay. At Lavender and Honey, we've been speaking with people who want to celebrate some of the progress that's been made in the last year, but also, of course, many of the struggles that still exist. We also want to recognize this morning some of the organizations that have helped in this rebuilding process in such a major way. One of those is CAA, the executive director of the CAA Foundation. Natalie Tran is joining us this morning, and you guys are one of the co-founders of the SoCal Fire Fund, which has raised $20 million to help with wildfire recovery. You're also celebrating a big 30th anniversary, so congratulations on that. Tell us more about this big anniversary and how you guys got involved with wildfire support.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for spotlighting our work. Within 48 hours of the fires, we launched the SoCal Fire Fund. And we did that in partners with our partners CORE, the Entertainment Industry Foundation, and LAUSD Ed Foundation. And we realized that it was really the only way that we could help our neighbors. And so while a lot of people were really focused on supporting our incredible and heroic firefighters and first responders, we really wanted to make sure that we were focusing on the needs of our neighbors that really needed help. And so we did our work, and we raised a lot of dollars and a lot of in-kind donations, and we've really focused our efforts on providing a really holistic response to this recovery effort. So from cash assistance to case managers to providing debris removal.
Let's focus on that. In the immediate, that's what people needed, debris removal. Talk about the process of giving that to people who, that was just the very first step in starting to get things back to normal.
Yeah, well, in the very immediate, the first thing that we did was we were one of the fastest deployments of cash assistance in the city. It really gives people who lost so much the choice to choose what they need, especially in times of crisis. So our first work was cash assistance. And then after that, we moved into case management, really helping people navigate FEMA, insurance, not having insurance, community resources. And then from there, we really transitioned over to debris removal and really helping folks figure out, can they get back into their homes safely? What's next? Or do they really need to start all over and rebuild again? Absolutely. So now we're really into the debris removal and the house cleaning phase, and we're really focused on community rebuilding and bringing our schools back, who also lost so much during the fires.
Yeah, talk about what you've done for schools, because I know that's been a big part of what you've done with these donations.
Yeah, so with our partners, the LAUSD Ed Foundation, who's also working really closely with the Pasadena School District, we've provided a lot of our teachers and our students who lost so much with emergency supplies, school supplies, really helping these students get back into the classroom. And then now we're also really focused on providing them with emotional and trauma support. So we have we've been able to support 2 full-time psychiatric social workers on campus, along with a coordinator, to really help with the trauma and all of that that's still going to be coming up from months and years to come.
Absolutely. And as we speak with people here today who are survivors, it's just unbelievable to hear all that they've lost, all that they've gone through, all that they still have to go through. What stands out to you from being around people who have been through such a devastating experience over this past year?
I've never seen such resilience and humility and vulnerability. It really is incredible, and every single person that we meet is such an inspiring story, and everybody is so committed to really just coming back stronger, and that's been really incredible. And these students are just so pure, and they are still excited to come back, see their friends, see their teachers. They want to get back to learning, and so we're just really honored to play our part in this.
Yeah, absolutely. It is phenomenal. We spoke with the Williams family earlier this morning who lost 4 homes in this fire, but you hear them say everything that they lost, all the devastation, all the sadness, and in the next breath they say, but we're rebuilding, right? So it is this very sad moment that they are now using to move forward and continue to rebuild. So Natalie, thanks for all the work that you all have done at CAA to help people rebuild in this process, and thank you for filling us in this morning.
It's an honor. Thank you.
All right, well, we are going to continue to be at Lavender and Honey Espresso Bar in Pasadena this morning, but right now we're going to send it back over to Amanda.
Sheba, thank you so much.
Coffee with CBS LA, sponsored by Covered California, for the love of Californians.
We just had an order come through at Pacific Garden Cafe. This place is hopping. It is a community hub for the Palisades, just a place where people meet every single day. It's like this almost every day. It's not just because this is the 1-year mark of the fires. But I want to bring in a special guest with us now this morning, Tracy Park, City Council member. Thank you so much for being with us.
Happy to be here.
You and I were just talking. It's such a mixture of emotions. You feel the buzz of the cafe, and there seems to be some hope and a little bit of excitement seeing people once again. But there is this underlying sadness still here.
There is. It's a complicated day in a very difficult year, and folks are coming together today to remember the lives that were lost, thinking very deeply about the places and the things that can't be recovered. But there's also an acknowledgement of the momentum and the hope and the extraordinary resilience of this community. And you see it and you feel it right here at a local hub like the Garden Cafe. When this place reopened, it was a moment of celebration, the only thing that even resembled normal in a community that had been just completely devastated. And so a lot of us this year have carried grief and trauma, deep frustration and anger, and we're really seeing the collision of all of those emotions here today.
Well, I do want to talk to you about the deep frustration and anger. As an elected official, how has your view of government changed?
I've had a front row seat to how it works, and it has been eye-opening, to say the least. It's remarkable when you see agencies coming together and moving very quickly and with urgency. We saw a lot of that in the initial aftermath of the fire as we began working on restoring utilities and the mop-up process. But as we've moved now into the long slog of reconstruction, which is going to be a multi-year process, patience is wearing thin as those delays linger and people continue to wrestle with delays and disputes with insurance companies and access to affordable capital to cover the costs of rebuilding so they can come home.
What do you tell people?
Hang in there, keep fighting, reach out to me and my team. I am going to continue to push our county and state and federal partners for the resources that we need for this comprehensive recovery and rebuilding process. But I am mindful of the thousands of residents who remain displaced, mired in uncertainty, and continuing to struggle for the resources they need. And my job is to make sure that when the cameras leave and the other politicians go back to Sacramento, these stories and this journey continue to be top of mind here in LA.
Well, and you don't just talk the talk, Tracy, you walk the walk. You and your team were here the day of the fire trying to put out fires at homes.
My team did extraordinary work on January 7th and in the aftermath. They were on the ground physically escorting people out as they were evacuating, looking for things that needed to be done without being asked and doing those things. And in the aftermath, we were here recovering and looking for lost pets, getting critical items that people had left behind. In some cases, we were literally trying to put out fires with dirt because there was no water. And so it has been an extraordinary and deeply traumatic experience, not only for me and my team, but certainly for all of the people who survived this.
I think that's something people should know, is that I just asked you, are you taking care of yourself? And you answered no.
I don't have time for me right now. You know, this community has been in crisis this year, and it really changed what was needed and expected of me. I resigned as chair of the Olympics Committee in the immediate aftermath of the fire so that I could focus exclusively on leading these recovery efforts. This has changed not only our entire city, but the lives of so many thousands of people. It is a weight of responsibility that I carry very heavily, and I am going to continue to be here on the ground fighting for my constituents in the Pacific Palisades and all over the West Side, because what happened here could happen anywhere in the city of Los Angeles, and I don't want any other community to have to go through this.
Well, I live on the West Side, and we remember walking out on January 7th and watching the Palisades burn and not know if it was going to start impacting us. So I think what you have to say is we are all in this together. Tracy, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We really appreciate it. We now want to get over to Sheba Turk, who is at the Eaton Fire zone at Lavender and Honey. Sheba? Actually, we are going to get to Amanda with news headlines now. It's a morning of a mixture of emotions and lots of moving parts. Amanda, what's going on in the rest of the world?
Yeah, there's a lot of heart in it, and hearing from people just like Tracy Park is so important. Everyone plays a role.
So when the firefighter picked up Tika and he saw that and he ran out of the house and he ran into the fire. So he was in the fire